Welcome back to Night Shift with Justin S. King, how to transform your life one night at a time. Tonight, I want to talk a little bit more about dreams. Over the next couple episodes, I will probably talk about dreams in sense of spirituality from different faiths, different cultures, scientific views on dreams. And tonight I'm going to share some notes from a conversation I listened to on The Deep End with Taylor Welch. It's a podcast, and specifically, most of these ideas were shared by Dr. Francis. But if you want to check out that episode, you can jump over to YouTube or to your favorite podcast, Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And the episode was on January 28th called The Architecture of Dominion with Dr. Francis Myles, episode 87. And it's about halfway through that episode. I haven't talked a lot about dreams except for last night. And on the episode, Dr. Myles said that dreams are the primary way that God communicates with people, not as a bonus feature, not as a rare gift, not a mystical upgrade for the spiritually elite. It is a primary language. And they discussed on the episode that when you look at history, especially scripture, dreams weren't treated as side notes. I'll do an episode about some of these in the future, but entire destinies turned on dreams in the scriptures and in other areas of history. But people were promoted because of dreams. They were removed because of dreams. They were warned, redirected, and protected and prepared because of dreams. In the Bible, Daniel doesn't rise without dreams. Joseph doesn't lead without dreams. Entire nations shift course because someone paid attention to what happened while they were asleep. So here's the first idea we're going to sit on tonight. Dreams aren't secondary communication. They are foundational. When we're awake, we filter everything. We explain, we justify, we interpret. But when we sleep, those filters drop. Dreams bypass the logical mind and speak directly to the imagination. The part of you that understands symbols, emotions, and meaning without needing a spreadsheet. That may be work. They're not meant to argue with you. They're meant to show you something. Now, a lot of people will say, I don't dream, or I never remember my dreams, but that is usually not true, as we discussed yesterday. Most people dream every single night. The difference is not whether dreams happen, it's whether we value them enough to notice. Which brings us to the second idea. Attention determines access to the communication inside our dreams. In cultures where dreams mattered, people remembered them. They talked about them, they wrote them down, they expected meaning. In cultures where dreams are dismissed as random noise, they fade away. Not because they aren't important, but because nothing in your system is trained to hold on to them. Think about this. Your mind remembers what it thinks matters. If your phone buzzes, you remember it. If someone says your name in a crowd, you notice. But if something seems irrelevant, it disappears. Dreams work the same way. If you go to sleep believing dreams are meaningless, your brain treats them like background static. But if you go to sleep with openness, even curiosity, something changes. Which leads to the next question people ask. Can you pray for dreams? Historically, yes, but most importantly, you can prepare for them. Dreams tend to arrive when there is space from noise, stimulation, and constant input. This is one reason evening routines matter so much. If your last hour before bed is frantic, lit up, overstimulated, and rushed, your nervous system stays in defense mode. Dreams still happen, but they're harder to access. But when your evening slows down, lights dim, screens off, Your body is relaxed. You're telling your system it's safe to receive communication in your dreams. Now let's talk about interpretation, because this is where a lot of people get stuck, as discussed in the episode. Dreams are not instruction matters. They're more like metaphors. They speak in pictures, emotions, and patterns. There's a door, a road, a flood, a child, a house. These aren't meant to be decoded with universal dictionaries. They're meant to be discerned. The same symbol can mean different things to different people because meaning is personal. The key question isn't what does this symbol mean in general, it's what did it feel like? Peace, urgency, clarity, those feelings tell you how to read the dream. And here's something important. Dreams often reveal alignment or misalignment with our purpose before our conscious mind admits it. You may rationalize a situation all day long, but your dreams don't negotiate. They show you what's unresolved, what's coming, what's being ignored to prepare you. They're not fortune telling, superstition, or supervision. They're a form of internal guidance that works when the outer world goes quiet. So tonight, instead of trying to analyze your dreams, just start by honoring them. Say out loud or quietly, I'm open to what needs to be shown. And when you wake up, even if you remember one image or one feeling, write it down. On this episode, Dr. Miles said that is the most important thing to remember your dreams, is to start writing them down. Even if you can't translate them, at some point, some person will come along to interpret them, and then you will start to see patterns emerge. So the quieter your nights are and your mornings, the easier it will be to hear the communication of your soul in your dreams while you are asleep. That's it for tonight's episode of Night Shift. If you'd like to learn more about evening routines and how to have quiet evenings, head over to my website, justinSking.com/fast. My name is Justin S. King, and I help entrepreneurs find peace tonight, tomorrow, and for the rest of their lives through sleep optimization, emotion regulation, and discovering their purpose. Good night.